Attraction isn't magic, it's strategy, and most guys get it completely wrong. You don't attract a woman by chasing her. You don't make her stay by proving how much you care, and you don't earn respect by explaining how nice or different you are. If you keep ending up in the same cycle, texting first, replying fast, trying to be funny, kind, available, and she still pulls away or loses interest, this will change how you see everything. Because the problem was never effort. It was positioning. We're not here to talk about pickup lines or tricks. This isn't about faking confidence. This goes deeper. It's about how you move, how you show up, and how to create attraction without begging, performing, or chasing for approval. This is what Machiavelli would teach men today, not how to play games, but how to hold power. Because power in relationships is quiet. It doesn't chase, it doesn't explain. It simply exists, calm, composed, rare, and that creates gravity. This isn't manipulation, it's clarity. Becoming the kind of man who commands respect without asking, creates tension without forcing, and doesn't need to be chosen because he already chose himself. That shift alone changes how women experience you. In this video, you'll learn 5 Machiavellian rules of attraction that build pull instead of pressure, desire instead of dependency, curiosity instead of boredom. By the end, you won't just know what failed, you'll know exactly what to do. Rule 1. Be the man she can't fully read. Most guys never learn this. Predictability kills attraction. When she knows exactly what you'll say, how you'll reply, and how fast you'll respond, mystery disappears, and so does interest. Machiavelli said people don't respect what they fully understand. When you overshare, validate too early, or reveal all your feelings, she doesn't feel curious. She feels in control. And when she feels in control, she doesn't chase. In real life, don't announce your whole plan on the first date. Don't text good morning every single day before interest is earned. Don't double text after 4 hours of silence. Give space, let silence do some of the work. When she doesn't always know what you're thinking, she starts thinking about you. That's power. Mystery isn't distance, it's restraint. And restraint creates attraction without you ever having to ask for it. Rule 2. Online. Your presence must be rare and valuable. If she sees you posting every hour, commenting everywhere, or chasing attention, it doesn't attract her. It makes her scroll. Power online is perception, and less always says more. 12. Think like Machiavelli. A single strong post, a clean profile, a story that makes her pause. That's enough. You don't want her thinking you're always around. You want her wondering what you're doing when you're not online. 13. This doesn't mean disappearing or pretending to be mysterious. It means your content reflects who you are becoming, not what you're trying to prove. Show your life, show value. But don't overshare your thoughts, pain, or need for validation. 14. In a world full of noise, silence stands out. When everyone is shouting for attention, the man who doesn't explain himself or perform becomes magnetic. Restraint online communicates confidence without saying a single word. Rule 3. Stop over-explaining and defending yourself. The moment you constantly justify your words, apologize unnecessarily, or explain why you're different, you hand her the role of judge and put yourself in the position of approval seeker. 16. That dynamic kills attraction. It creates pressure and boredom, not desire. How you carry yourself teaches her how to treat you. Calm ownership of your words is more attractive than perfect explanations ever will be. 17. You say something bold and she reacts. Don't panic. Smile and let it land. She asks why you didn't reply quickly. You don't defend your rhythm, you own it. Confidence isn't loud. It's being unbothered by misunderstanding. The man who doesn't feel the need to explain himself every moment creates intrigue. And women chase what feels intriguing, not what feels predictable or desperate for reassurance. 19. Rule 4. Be emotionally selective, not emotionally needy. You're allowed to care, but attraction requires emotional control. If your mood rises and falls based on her behavior, you're giving away leverage without realizing it. 20. When every pullback makes you panic and every compliment makes you melt, you're not romantic, you're reactive, and reactivity signals insecurity. Emotional steadiness is what creates safety, respect, and desire at the same time. In Machiavellian terms, the moment your peace depends on how she acts, the dynamic becomes unbalanced. She has nothing to prove, and you're the one over-investing. Attraction fades when effort flows only one way. Emotional selectivity changes everything. Compliment when it's earned. Match energy instead of flooding her with attention. Don't fake indifference. Just stop giving 100% to someone offering 40. Real example. She starts acting cold over text. Don't send a paragraph. Slow your replies. Let the pace reset naturally. Silence, when used correctly, speaks louder than explanations ever could. You ask her to hang out and she flakes last minute. Don't beg or negotiate. Say all good and move on. Not as punishment, but as self-respect. Standards are felt, not announced. Attraction isn't about being available for everything. It's about making her wonder what part of you she actually has access to. Scarcity creates value when it's backed by self-respect. Rule 5. Build your power so she feels lucky to get your time. Most men chase because they're not building anything. No focus, no mission. Their emotional world revolves around someone they barely know. Machiavelli would laugh. The strongest attraction comes from someone who is already fulfilled. You don't need her, but you still choose her. That energy is felt immediately without words. When you're building a business, a craft, your body or your mind, you move differently. You don't text from boredom. You don't overgive energy. Purpose replaces neediness. Women feel the difference between a man who's merely available and a man who's driven. Online, it shows in what you post. In real life, it shows in how you walk, speak, and protect your time. When you have your own mission, you don't need to act mysterious. Your life already makes you magnetic. Presence, direction, and self-respect do the work for you. Now let's make this real. Ideas mean nothing if you don't know how to apply them. These rules show their power in everyday moments, online, offline, casual, and intimate, where small shifts completely change the dynamic. IRL, you're on a date. She tests you with, you probably say that to all the girls. Don't defend, don't explain. Just smirk and say, I don't say much. Calm confidence shifts the frame instantly. Online, she leaves you unseen. Don't triple text. Don't ask what happened. Be silent. Post something valuable later. Let your absence speak louder than your words ever could. In a situationship, she gives less while you give more. Pull back your energy, not to punish her, but to protect your standards. Attraction returns when balance returns. At the gym, in class, in public, don't over-engage. Be friendly, relaxed, focused. Women notice posture, stillness, and self-control far more than jokes or attempts to impress. Before we wrap up, there's one final truth most people never understand. It's why they keep chasing and getting nowhere, no matter how much effort they put in. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this: power doesn't chase, it shapes the room. The moment you stop trying to convince and start standing firm, everything changes. When you move like someone already chosen, by your mission, your standards, your peace, she feels it. She notices the difference, even if she can't explain why. Stop asking, how do I get her to like me? Start asking, how do I move in a way that creates curiosity? Grounded, intentional men don't beg for attention, they attract it. That's not magic, that's strategy. And when you embody it, you stop chasing attraction and start creating gravity wherever you go. When you stop chasing attention and start moving with intention, attraction becomes a byproduct, not a goal. You're no longer reacting, you're leading, your time, your energy, your direction. She keeps thinking about you not because you tried harder, but because you stopped trying to convince. Calm presence creates questions, and questions create desire. This is what most people miss. Attraction doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to grounded certainty. The man who knows where he's going doesn't need to explain why. Power isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It's felt in how you pause, how you listen, how you don't rush to fill silence. Stillness is confidence in motion. When you protect your peace, your standards rise naturally. You stop chasing validation and start attracting curiosity. The dynamic flips without force. This isn't about controlling women. It's about controlling yourself. Your emotions, your reactions, your attention. That's where real leverage lives. Once you master that, relationships stop feeling confusing. You're no longer guessing. You're observing, choosing, and responding from strength instead of fear. If this message landed, don't just scroll past it. Write a comment, even a few words. Putting thoughts into language locks the lesson in your mind. If you found value here, like the video and share it with someone who needs clarity right now. Not to convince them, just to plant the seed. We're all trying to become steadier, sharper, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break and lives that don't beg.